out, I thought I was just gonna and you hear everybody, oh, you need to do it's like, fuck you, I'm better, I know what I'm doing.
Right.
You know, it's such an ego thing. And then when we started diving in, I'm starting reading it, and then we read that we agnostics part, right? And I wish somebody would have showed me that first, because when I see God, back to the Catholic thing, was Jesus, Mary, Joseph,
Right.
you know, and it just,
It
you know,
lays it all
me and
out
you
there
are
for you, why not to
scientific
learn?
people, and it's like it's just hard to believe that.
Right.
I get it. It's a great way.
But it goes into, you know, you don't have to believe in this specific God or get hung up on
Yeah, and
God
see,
aspect.
I didn't know that.
And us modern people, we accept at face value all sorts of things that science has proven,
Yeah.
and we just accept it.
Yeah.
But we don't have visual proof of when atoms, or
It's
you know,
right, it's-
you know, how chemical reactions happen to create these natural phenomenons.
Yeah.
But we just take its word on it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like saying to lean into that.
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thinking.
being spiritual. What I was thinking was like, I thought spiritual was believing in Jesus and praying to this dude that would walk this earth and was white, and which is like, he couldn't have been white, right? But, and not, again, not taking away from anybody, I'm just saying that's how I thought of it. So that's why every time I opened that book, I literally saw God, 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 and I was like, fuck
It's
this,
really,
dude.
in that aspect, it's just asking you
To-
to surrender your will.
Yeah,
And accept that there might be a higher
yeah,
power.
and I've
That, you know, you just got to let go of the wheel and let it.
that's the biggest thing is let somebody drive for a while,
Right.
you know, because obviously our decision making.
That's another thing they say, and
Yeah.
your best thinking got you here.
Yeah, right.
In the meeting or
and
in
we
rehab.
got 2 out of 3 pretty down pat. Was it jails, institutions, and death?
Yeah.
And one of us came very close. I mean, I'm sure I have too, but anyway, so
I didn't come close. I died.
yeah, I didn't know if you want to say it, but yeah, Sean
It's
was
okay.
found unresponsive on the floor somewhere.
We'll get into
Yeah.
that in another.
But yeah, so that goes back to that. But anyway, not anyway, but so then so I go through Serenity Springs, and I'm telling you where I'm at now and why I feel so much better is because when I got out of there, I went back to jail. I mean, remember I went back because they violated me on my pretrial release that I had when we were in jail. So I went back to jail. And I relapsed when I got out of Serenity Springs, you know, because I had found out a warrant and I was stuck here, and I'm like, and I use that as an excuse.
Yeah,
you know,
things got hairy.
it was stupid, and I used again, and then they showed up at my house, and I got sent back to jail. But then I detoxed again off that Suboxone a little bit. It took me 14 days. I was still sick at 14 days at Serenity Springs.
Wow.
Then I got back on the shit, and then now though when I went to jail and I went back to jail and then detoxed off of it again when I came out and got straight into sober living and doing that.
Probably been the best thing
Best
in
thing-
your whole recovery journey so far.
Oh yeah, and I see things so much more clear.
Yeah.
And now I realize that shit was just fogging my brain up. I was just
100%.
literally getting high.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like
That was my experience on Suboxone. I was abusing it, I was sniffing it.
Yeah.
And
selling them
or even when I was on it as you're prescribed to be on it, I still when I really got in touch with myself, there was just like a filter on my life and my perception.
but you're thinking you're totally fine because like
no, I just knew I didn't feel like myself. I wasn't.
Oh, see,
I didn't feel like my authentic self.
See, that's what I
felt
think.
Like I was on something.
Yeah, because you were like looking forward to your next stripper or whatever, right? Like your next. That's what I was.
I just felt in my human interactions like there was like a filter between my actual soul and the outside world.
Yeah, that makes a lot. That's I like the way you say that because that's what it really was. It was almost like a fog. You know what I mean? I was like trying to find shit you can't see, and it's like
exactly.
And they call that the synthetic spirituality. You know what I mean?
It is.
You know, and don't get me wrong, people use it and it's great for them.
My sister is an example of somebody who used it properly, and you know, she was on it like 6 months and did the taper down and then never looked back.
Yep.
She's got 15 years this year.
See, that's great. I mean, it's a great, like when you're in detox, I mean, the quicker you can get that Subutex Suboxone in you, the better you feel. But as long as you just have a plan, don't just think that you know, because I'm telling you, you're going to I mean, but then again, I can't say that because
Speaking for yourself,
yeah,
I get it,
yeah.
but
Speaking for myself,
these aren't uncommon stories. The way you're
yeah.
talking about it.
But I know now, but it was all about how I set myself up. And then you have the same experience before you got out this time, and that you literally called the same guy I went, and he's like, yep, I got you.
Yeah.
And it took you a few days to get in, but
It's been a blessing. Man.
but yeah, and it's like, but that's the thing. Anybody out there that's struggling,
And my recovery has not been perfect,
no,
but
yeah,
everything that's happened, the 2 stints in jail,
Yep.
and where I've landed, I think it's got to be what was supposed to happen all along.
Well, that's
because
what-
I think I'm in probably the best place spiritually, mentally, and sobriety-wise than I've maybe ever been in my life.
yeah. No, and I can see it. You're like, you got that little light inside you now, and it's
That's
like
right,
the endless possibilities. And
I can feel that.
yeah, and
Likewise with you, man.
yeah,
I'm super
thank
proud
you.
of
I
you.
appreciate it. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's a good feeling, and it's,
I was thinking in jail, I was thinking maybe I shouldn't link up with Jeremy because we're just bad news for each other.
Well, and that's what
but
some people
the
were
sober
saying.
hangs have been awesome.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's like we were thinking about getting in the same house, and maybe that was going to be it. But
who knows? Maybe it could have. We don't know that.
yeah, but it's like that's sometimes though. It's like if you got the girlfriend that you're using with before, and you try to both get sober, it's like almost impossible. From what I've seen,
It's a bad idea,
it's
yeah.
very hard. But yeah, I've had bad experiences with that. But yeah, removing yourself from person, places, and things is a big thing. We're still in the same area, but a lot of things have happened to where it makes it a lot harder for us to even get anything.
And both ideologies are both true for different things.
Yeah.
Get away from people, places, and things for sure.
Yeah.
That will definitely be helpful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a lot of, and I was this person too. Oh, if I just make a big move, I'll move
Yeah.
states, and
Yeah,
I'll
but-
move to the other side of the country.
We'll
But you
find it.
take yourself everywhere you go. So if
Yeah.
you're not working any kind of program, or
Yeah.
then good luck, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, some people can do it without.
And that
like,
has
a-
worked for folks.
Yeah,
They just moved
yeah.
somewhere else and away from people, places, and
Yeah,
things.
but for me, I mean, once I started listening to those people that are like, work the program, stay
Mhm.
connected, it started to sink in. Like, if everybody's saying this, there must be something to this shit.
For sure.
And then, you know, getting the AA book, and I didn't really understand it at first because it's kind of a hard read at first, you know.
Yeah,
It's-
the language is kind of older.
Yeah.
It was written in the 20s.
Yeah. So,
So-
but that's, I think, the whole idea though is to start to understand it, and that's even a more spiritual
For
thing.
sure.
And that's where it was kind of like, and then when you're in groups, that's where it all starts for me, is like being in the group,
That's the most important part.
and then
of
you
that.
get that, and that's like your higher power, and then you
Yeah.
can go from there, and it's, you know, and people need to give themselves a break too. It's like, I don't know, I haven't had the spiritual awakening yet. Well, that's the
Right.
It's you're gonna get it when you're supposed to.
Yeah, wait for the
And-
miracle. They say.
Yeah, and that's why, you know, it's kind of interesting. I got this tattoo on my arm the one day, and I got it from a song. You know what I'm talking about, the song.
Modest
But
Yahoo.
yeah, and but for some reason it just stuck with me, and it's like because I looked at it like one day you could be a millionaire, one day you could be a bum, one day. That's the way I looked at it at first. Not his song, but that's my thing. I got this in jail, and it just was like I was gonna get this, and nothing was gonna stop me at the time. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. Why am I really doing it? But nothing stopped me from doing it.
And now it's got the double entendre.
And now
One day
it's
at
like,
a time.
and then that's the hardest thing for me was doing one day at a time.
Right.
So that's why the name of the podcast got to be One Day.
Love
you
it.
know, and the
I love it.
Tomcat part is because in jail my nickname was Tomcat
There
because
you
my
go.
last name was, you know, and
It's a beautiful name for the podcast. For
yeah,
sure.
I appreciate it.
It encapsulates everything we're going for.
Yeah, and that's the biggest
It's like
struggle.
one day at a time is what we're reminding ourselves
Mhm.
today, and then using your jail nickname is kind of reminding yourself of where you've been.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Equally as important as
Yeah.
living in the moment.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Living in the moment and enjoying the ride, even bad. It's but I'm telling
Living
you,
life on life's terms.
that's the way to put it. It's like when you look too far ahead to something that's not happening, you just fuck yourself up. I think
For sure.
For me,
Me
you
too.
gotta have some goals. Don't get me wrong, but
If
start
you-
with
If you look at everything you have to do in front of you, it'll look like this giant mountain
Yeah.
that's impossible to climb, and I know from my experience, I just give up. So
Yeah.
that's too daunting, and
Yeah.
it's like
and you need that.
overwhelming, and
But if you go get that substance, now you feel like you can do it. You know what I mean?
or it just makes you forget about it.
Yeah, that's
I'm
another
like,
thing. Yeah,
I'm fine with forgetting about
Yeah.
it for a while.
that's true.
and then you put things off, and then
it
that
just
becomes
adds,
a mountain.
and then it just adds
of
up.
itself, yeah.
Just it's like a whole nother job, dude.
But when you really embrace that idea of one day at a time, and just for today, it just simplifies your
Definitely
whole experience in life. And you realize once you tackle one thing right now and do the next right thing always, life gets easier.
It's amazing how things just fall in place.
For sure. When you're doing the right thing.
And in noticing them is a big key too. And because our way of learning that we had no control of our life was getting arrested. Like, you know what I mean? We weren't, we could sit there and say the cops were pieces of shit.
Right.
We could say,
but we were still running around, relapsing and doing drugs.
So it's like,
like
you look at it now, it was a good thing. It's a learning lesson.
For sure.
When you change your perspective on things, that
100%.
helped me a lot.
100%.
I mean, because I have a feeling, I think you share the same thing. If you didn't get that thing that happened to you,
right,
and you didn't spend that much time in jail, you might not have been alive in a week or two.
Right.
Or a day or two.
Who knows?
I mean, who knows?
Most if not dead, just still out there running around.
Yeah, and
music.
picking up other charges. And
or
by
just,
the way,
or just continuing to burn relationships.
Oh
down
yeah,
and
dude, that's
burn bridges and get high and.
And you tend to forget real quick how bad shit is.
Continuing to try to manage that whole thing.
Yeah,
Your crazy addict brain.
Yeah, it's
juggling. Full-time addiction with trying to live a semblance of a normal life.
Yeah,
it's just like a futile effort.
Oh god, it's something.
And the consequences for me just kept getting worse.
That's the one thing.
It is a blessing that things went down the way they went. It's where I'm at right now. I'm grateful for it. For sure.
Yeah.
I think probably put a pin in it.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
You can even do it to be continued and pick up right where we left off.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we can just cut it and then we'll. Just...
I didn't want to cut you off on it.
No, I was gonna say something, but I can't remember what I was gonna say. That tends to happen now. But yeah, no, there's a lot of good stuff in there. But we'll get more detailed and stuff with like certain situations, and we're still early on in this.
We'll have
thing.
other guests on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot.
Well, I'm not a host of this. This is the host.
Yeah.
So
he speaks pretty well though. But Sean's gonna be on here a lot, I think.
For sure.
Yeah, we're not just gonna always talk about recovery because we got a lot of quantum physics things we talk about and some goofy ass shit we talk about.
Yeah.
And you guys are gonna hear some of his songs, and it's like Sean can go in front of 1,000 people and sing, but then come home, and I'm not trying to put you out. From what I think, it's like, and I do the same thing. You come home and you're like, I'm not worth anything. You know what I mean? And people are like, you got all this talent.
Like, that's probably my my what should we call it? My natural gear to be in.
Yeah.
Is self-doubt.
That's the biggest thing.
Just like a general sense of low self-esteem and like not worthiness, like you said.
Yeah, but it's like he's got this talent, he can play. It's like, and same with me. I mean, I was great at baseball, I'm great at sports, but as soon as I self-doubt myself and somebody tells me that I'm not good, it'll overwhelm me. It'll overwhelm me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's what's the thing I said before? Most addicts, especially me, there's three. Your fear runs your life, and it's fear of what is it? Fear of what people think about you, fear of losing what you have, and then fear of not getting what you want. And that's literally
that is what runs that.
That hits me because that's literally me. I'm like a scared little boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
and
sure.
So it's like I think
what good recovery looks like, or a good program, or whatever you want to call it, is, I mean, it's essential to love yourself.
Yeah, that was
and
hard.
to realize that you're worthwhile as a person to yourself and to the people around you, and that you are loved and all that good stuff.
You know
and
what?
when you actually truly realize that stuff, life gets beautiful and more enjoyable.
Yes, I couldn't say that any better. That, you know what? We'll leave it there, and that's what we'll talk about next time.
Yeah, we have things to be proud of today, and we know we have things to offer the world.
Yeah, and that's
We're
amazing.
gonna lean into it.
That's that's something I struggle with. I didn't even understand what loving yourself meant. I thought it was like I was like selfish.
I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah, but that's
I'm
a
getting
big
better
thing.
at it.
So yeah, that's we'll cut it now, and then we'll next time we get together we'll talk about that
Cool.
maybe a little bit more. All right,
Good
buddy.
deal.
That's good
Awesome.
show, man. All right, buddy.
Excellent.
Oh shit.